So, see Cowan and Paul Henry. So, Paul, your role in Pull, you were chairman for a long time of Pulrose United.
Yes, I'm a life member of the club. I'm also the treasurer at the moment. But it's more or less, 5.5 years ago, I said as a project I would take on trying to sort the clubhouse out and whether it needed rebuilding or whatever. So I've been at this for 5.5 years.
And Steve, you said you've just taken over as chairman recently.
Yeah, I've just taken over as chairman only the start of this season. I was the club secretary from the beginning of Douglas Athletic when we took over from Police, which was in 2012. So it's been sort of 3 years at Police and then 10 years at Douglas Athletic, but only this season as chairman.
So you were saying you sort of heard about this quite, because obviously the building's been condemned, it's going down, but you heard about this not sort of directly?
Only this weekend, me and a few of the other lads and a few who are actually on the committee were on a stag do, and we're just getting a few messages, sort of intermittent data when we're away, saying, have you seen the information? And we heard it from the Jeff page first. That was the first place we heard from, and a few ex-players have sent me information saying, be condemned. Apparently the Corby had tried to get in touch with us, but didn't have the right numbers for us. Me having only taken over as chairman this year, and Mark Lilliman, who was previously chairman, all his contact info was on file, so they struggled to find me.
So now you're going up to Nobles Park?
Yeah, we're going to see out the season at Nobles Park. It was the logical solution for us just in the short term. Ideally, we didn't want to have to get changed somewhere else and then drive down to play on our pitch, even though we would much prefer to play on our pitch. So logistically it made sense just to move the club up to Nobles Park, use the old D&D pitch and the change rooms which are there. We've only got maybe 5 or 6 games left of the season, so from the seniors perspective that made sense to us. We have to consider, and I have to consider as the chairman, is the bigger impact for the juniors of the club. That's a big element of the Athletic now, and long term we need to come up with some solutions.
How many have you got involved in the juniors?
We've got about 120 kids on, and about 15 to 20 coaches. So it's huge for us. It's funny to say, they are the future. They are the future of this club. So every decision we make now, we have to put them at the forefront of our mind, really.
Paul, you're staying down here, and we sort of heard from the council that you're going to get a porta cabin of some sort for changing.
We're hoping to get through this weekend with minimal equipment, possibly a couple of porta cabins, because I believe we have to have them as part of it. That's through the Isle of Man FA have told us that. Council, I think, are trying to organise that for us, and then longer term a porta cabin where we can just have changing facilities.
And just in terms of the actual structure, because this has been sort of floating around for a while. I mean, we first spoke about this must be 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And in terms of that, what are you expecting next? What is the plan for this essentially?
The plan at the moment, we were delighted to find out from Douglas Council 2 months ago that they'd actually put the money back into their budget to help towards rebuild, and we've been working with the council and the football foundation, the English Football Foundation, and this all arose on Friday, the building being condemned, because part of the application process for the funding, we have to complete that application, and they needed photographs of the existing building, obviously, because this is going over to England. They wanted to know the full history and so on. And when the council representative came in and saw the state of the building, he just condemned it. And we were hoping, obviously, to see this season through. Hopefully the application goes into the Football Foundation, we get that finance, then it's got to go through a pre-tender process. So nothing was ever going to happen quickly, but we did hope that we could just hold on to this for the time being, not to be. So we're trying to regroup and see where we can go from here.
And obviously we had a look around inside, you've got pictures up on the wall, and you must be involved in this building since it's been here.
Well, it's over 30 years since we were moved off the NSC, and that was part of the agreement, because that was council owned land and they gave it over to the government NSC project. We were moved up here, promised a new pitch, which we got, promised the changing rooms, and part of that was, right, you can have a little bit of a clubhouse. So we've been here, I think it's 32 or 33 years now. But I mean, as Pulrose Football Club, we've been tenants of the council for over 90 years, playing down at the old Bellevue pitch, as it was, down at the NSC.
So Steve, you'll be moving up to Nobles this weekend.
Yep.
And you'll see out the season there. In terms of junior football, that'll be staying down here.
We ideally want to keep the junior football here. Like Paul said, if we can get some Portaloos or any sort of structure down here, just to keep the football here. This is a big catchment area, and a lot of the kids who play for the club or live in the area. Nobles Park isn't far away, but really this is the heart of the club. As well as Pulrose probably think the same. They want to stay here, and we would like to keep the juniors here. Logistical for a match day for the seniors, yes, it makes sense to move to Nobles short term. We want to come down here as well. This is as much our home, and we feel like we don't really want to move. We've been here just as long. So yeah, ideally for the juniors, keep them down here, keep them playing here. We've had the coaches come down today to collect all the equipment, everything they need just to keep their sessions down here.
Fellas, good luck the rest of the season and good luck with the clubhouse.